What would you do if you suddenly developed aphasia from a stroke and you could no longer access your words? This is what happened in 2017 to Barbara Rose Brown, a dramaturg and wife of the nationally acclaimed playwright Carlyle Brown. They decided to write a play as a way of dealing with their situation. It is called A Play by Barb and Carl, which was performed at the Illusion Theater in Minneapolis. To help raise awareness about aphasia, they are going to share their story. Welcome, Barb and Carl.
Hi.
Why did you decide to write a play about your personal experience with aphasia?
Well, we wanted to talk to each other or confirm with each other what was sort of happening to us. And she was my dramaturg, which is kind of like a playwright's editor. And so we wrote these scenes, which was a way to communicate about beyond just, day to day, bare necessities and needs that way. To check in with each other about what was happening to us.
There is a scene where Barb is getting ready to practice walking with a physical therapist. And the therapist doesn't understand that Barb's verbal response, no, actually means yes. Carl then explains what aphasia is to the therapist and how Barb communicates. Do you have any ideas on what changes could take place within the healthcare system so that the providers have a better understanding of aphasia?
Well, I think just generally, I guess maybe healthcare providers need to be, certainly they need to be task oriented, but they need to actually be able to listen to what people are saying, for another reason to reduce their anxiety and have a sense that they're being listened to, I mean, everybody in this play is trying to be understood, and as we're all trying to be understood. And so that's, it takes paying attention and being patient and working at it.
That is so true. During the play, there are moments where Carl's fatigue, stress, and frustration with the healthcare provider is palpable. Carl, do you have any advice for healthcare providers on how to support care partners?
Well, in our case, we felt like in that scene that you're talking about, we felt that I had information that I understood, which was sort of relevant, that I had eventually saw that the only reason she said no, because it was a vowel and a consonant. That was in her attempt to speak, that was all that was coming out. And so, kind of sharing that, I don't know, might not be in the medical nomenclature, but I think it was valuable information. So, patients are paying attention. I mean, caregivers are people who are paying attention all the time, and they ought to be considered a resource and not just the patient's accessory or whatever.
Absolutely. Family, friends, and care partners know the loved one best. And so absolutely, healthcare providers should be paying attention to them as well.
Yeah.
Barb, are you happy with how the play turned out?
I just one. I just love it. Just the one. I love it to just one. And then I just one. I love it. Just one. I just want one. Just one. This one. So, yes.
She liked it.
Yes, I would do like it. Yes.
I'm happy to hear that, Barb. I loved it too.
Yes, I love it. I love it. And this is what I would just do just love. Just love, just what one, just one. I love it, just one. I should
What would you like people to be aware of when communicating with someone who has aphasia?
I just what you want. Just what you want. Just what just what you just want. Ladies what you want. It's just what you want.
I think what you're saying is that, like, if people have aphasia, it doesn't mean anything other than they can't speak. It doesn't mean they're not intelligent or cognitive. It doesn't suggest anything other than them is that they have a difficulty communicating.
Absolutely. Well, what are your plans now? Are you guys working on a new play?
Just what you want. I just what you want. Just
We just came back from an incredible experience in the south of France with a group of 7 writers from around the Atlantic Basin, around the African diaspora. And it was a place for them to, explore their voice and their craft and, talk to each other about their experiences working, as Black artists in the world. And it was just amazing. And they all were very much,
yes.
Barb was very much the only dramaturg there in the place, and they knew of her, and she had like a great time, sort of being celebrated for her work as well.
Yes.
And
yes.
and being a white girl too. So that was very much there's much respect. So she had a great time.
Yes, that's a good one. Yeah.
Wow, that sounds wonderful, guys.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you both so much for sharing your story and your time today. And if you would like to learn more about aphasia or support MnCAN programs, please click on the link above. Thank you.